What is it about people who have over $1 million in Roth accounts? They did not get lucky, they did not stumble into it, and they did not do it by accident. There are a few very specific things that Roth millionaires do differently, and once you understand them, you can decide if that's a goal that you want to work towards. Welcome to the Federal Retirement Channel, the place federal employees come to get retirement right. When we look at clients who have large Roth balances, one thing jumps out immediately. They were intentional. Roth money does not magically appear. There are only a few ways to get money into Roth accounts. You either contribute directly to Roth or you convert traditional money into Roth. And that's it. So let's start with contributions. For Roth IRAs, the contribution limits are $7,500 if you're under the age of 50 or $8,600 if you're over the age of 50. And even if you max those out every year, that alone usually does not create a Roth millionaire. Now let's talk about the TSP. With the TSP, you can direct your contributions to Roth. And the contribution limits are $24,500 if you're under the age of 50, $32,500 if you are age 50 or above. And if you're within that window of ages 60 to 63, there's a special catch-up which allows you to max out your contributions at $35,750. And yes, all of that money can go to Roth. And that's powerful. But here's the reality. Most federal employees that we meet with have maybe $10,000 or $20,000 in Roth TSP, maybe a small Roth IRA on the outside, but the vast majority of their money is still in traditional accounts, which is why Roth conversions matter so much. And so if the goal is to become a Roth millionaire, Roth conversions are usually what gets you there. A Roth conversion is when you move money from a traditional account into a Roth account, and you pay the taxes now so that the money can then grow tax-free forever, as long as you access the gains over the age of 59 and a half and you've had the account for 5 years. And this is where planning matters. When we start doing Roth conversions with clients, we start with the tax return. We look at the tax bracket to see where they were last year and where they're likely to be this year. And how much room do we have left in that bracket? If you're in the middle of the 22% bracket, the question becomes how much more income can you recognize before you spill into the next bracket? And that gap is the opportunity. In the past, Roth conversions were only available inside IRAs. Now the TSP says that they're going to start allowing it this year where you can do Roth conversions as well. However, there's an important caveat. Inside the TSP, you cannot withhold taxes from the conversion, which means you have to pay the tax bill from somewhere else. And for a lot of people, that's inconvenient and becomes a roadblock. But with an IRA, you have more flexibility. Ideally, you pay the taxes from money outside the retirement account, which makes the conversions more efficient. But most people, they don't have a pile of cash just sitting around earmarked for taxes. So what usually happens is this. You convert traditional money. Most of it goes into Roth, and some of it's used to pay the taxes. And that's okay if it's done intentionally. And this is where Roth planning gets tricky. If you convert too much in 1 year, you push yourself into a higher tax bracket and you overpay taxes. If you convert too little, then you're not moving the needle. Converting $20,000 a year might feel productive, but for many people, it's not enough to materially change the outcome. And this is about threading the needle. For some people, filling up the 12% bracket makes sense. For others, the 22% bracket. For some, even the 24% bracket. I rarely see cases where going above that makes sense because most people will be lower than the 32% bracket in retirement. But this is not guesswork. This is math plus tax planning. So here's why people love Roth once they understand it. $1 million in a traditional account is not really $1 million. How much of it is yours depends on whatever the future tax rates are. But $1 million in a Roth account, that's different. Every dollar is yours. There are no required minimum distributions. The money grows tax-free. The income is tax-free, and it's tax-free to your heirs. That clarity makes retirement planning drastically easier. And so if you're working with an advisor, here's a question worth asking. When you met with your advisor last year, did they ask to see your tax return? Did they review it? Did they help you plan a Roth conversion intentionally? Many advisors don't do this. And if you're doing it yourself, ask yourself honestly, is this how you want to spend your time in retirement? Most people would rather finish their career strong, enjoy retirement, spend time with family, travel, see the grandkids, not spend nights trying to optimize tax brackets. Becoming a Roth millionaire is retirement altering. It reduces stress, it simplifies planning, and it takes taxes off the table for a huge portion of your retirement. But it takes planning, it takes precision, and it usually takes help. If this is something that you want to explore, go to christycapital.com and click Talk to an Advisor. We'd love to talk with you. My name is Mel Stubbs. If you want to watch another video on Roth and tax planning, check out this one right here. I'll see you on the next video.